You know that moment when your cat looks straight at you, holds your gaze, and lets out a single, perfectly timed meow. Not random, not background noise, directed. And then you notice something else. When your cat is around other cats, whether it's a friend's place, a vet visit, or a stray outside your window, it's mostly quiet. No long conversations, no dramatic announcements, just posture, stillness, a flick of the tail. So why does your cat talk to you, but not to them? At first, I didn't think much about it either. It just felt normal. Cats meow, that's what they do. But here's the part most people miss. Adult cats don't naturally meow at each other. That sound, the one that pulls your attention across the room, the one that makes you pause mid-email or step away from the stove, that's mostly reserved for you. And that isn't accidental. It's the result of thousands of years of quiet coexistence, a behavioral adjustment, a communication strategy shaped inside human homes, including yours. The question isn't, why is your cat so vocal? The real question is, why did they choose sound specifically for you? If you zoom out for a second, this didn't start in your living room. It started thousands of years ago, around 9,000 to 10,000 years ago. Early farming communities began storing grain. Grain attracted rodents. Rodents attracted wildcats. And instead of being captured, trained, or forced into service the way dogs were, cats simply stayed. The ones who were less fearful of humans had easier access to food. The ones who tolerated human presence survived a little better. Over generations, that tolerance slowly turned into coexistence. Cats weren't bred to obey. They weren't selected for loyalty displays or command following. They adapted. And here's where it gets interesting. Imagine early humans working, cooking, sleeping, mostly unaware of subtle feline body language. A flick of the tail, a shift in posture, a quiet stare. Humans didn't naturally understand those signals. But a sound cuts through everything. The cats who made noise, even small, simple vocalizations, were noticed more, fed more, protected more. And in a modern apartment, that dynamic is amplified. Your cat doesn't roam miles of territory. They don't hunt freely. They depend almost entirely on you for access to food, play, doors, windows, and stimulation. So when your cat meows at you, it's not random chatter. It's a strategy shaped by history, not manipulation, not drama. Investment. Your cat learned, over thousands of quiet years, that you are worth talking to. Here's where things shift from sweet to fascinating. Kittens meow constantly. They meow to their mother when they're hungry, when they're cold, when they're uncomfortable. It's a survival sound. But as kittens grow into adult cats, something changes. In healthy adult cat-to-cat relationships, meowing almost disappears. Instead, communication becomes quiet. A raised tail means friendliness. Flattened ears signal fear or irritation. A slow blink says comfort. Scent marks carry identity, territory, even emotional state. To another cat, that's more than enough. Sound, in the wild, can attract predators. It can reveal location. It can escalate tension. So silence isn't emptiness. It's efficiency. Now here's the part most people don't realize. Domestic cats keep meowing, but mostly for humans. Feral adult cats, the ones who live with minimal human contact, rarely meow at each other or at people. Studies have shown that the more a cat depends on human interaction, the more vocal it tends to be, which tells us something important. Meowing isn't just instinct, it's reinforced behavior. If a sound consistently gets a result, food appears, a door opens, attention shifts, that behavior strengthens. Over time, your cat fine-tunes it. Different pitch, different length, different intensity. Some cats even use higher-pitched tones that resemble a human infant's cry. And humans are biologically wired to respond to that frequency. That's not coincidence. That's adaptation meeting neuroscience. And here's the aha insight. Your cat doesn't meow because they're emotional in a human way. They meow because they understand how your brain works. In a small urban apartment, where your cat's world is structured around your routines, your alarm clock, your work schedule, your kitchen habit, sound becomes leverage, not manipulation. Communication economics. Your cat has learned which signals move your attention, and silence between cats already does the job. So what do you actually do with this? If meowing is learned and reinforced, then your response matters. The first shift is simple. Pause before reacting. When your cat meows, don't move immediately. Look first. Is their tail upright and relaxed? Are their ears neutral? Are they walking toward the kitchen or toward you? Context tells you more than volume. A food meow often happens near routine times. An attention meow usually comes with eye contact and proximity. A stimulation meow might happen near a door, a window, or after long inactivity. In a small apartment, boredom can amplify vocalization. There's less territory, less novelty, fewer sensory changes. So instead of responding only with food or door opening, try this. Offer eye contact. Slow blink. Say their name softly. You're acknowledging the communication without immediately rewarding the demand pattern. If the meow continues, ask yourself, have they had vertical movement today? A short play session? A predictable routine cue? Cats feel calmer when the environment makes sense. In urban homes, structure replaces territory. Regular feeding windows, consistent light-dark cues, dedicated vertical space, even a simple wall shelf or tall cat tree. The more predictable your home feels, the less your cat needs to announce themselves. And one more important note. If your cat suddenly becomes far more vocal than usual, especially at night, or with signs of discomfort, that's different. Behavior changes can signal stress or medical issues. Increased meowing paired with pacing, appetite changes, or restlessness deserves attention. But in most cases, your cat isn't being dramatic. They're using the most effective tool available in your shared space. The next time your cat looks at you and meows, try hearing it differently, not as noise, not as neediness, not as interruption, but as something much older. Between cats, silence often means comfort. They don't need to announce themselves. They already understand each other's language. But with you, your cat chose sound. Out of all the signals available, tail, posture, scent, they use the one your brain is wired to notice. That's not random. That's relationship. In your apartment, in your daily rhythm, in the quiet space you share, your cat has adapted their voice for you. They don't meow at other cats because they don't have to. They meow at you because it works. And maybe, because somewhere along the way, it became more than strategy. It became connection. So the next time you hear that perfectly timed meow, pause for a second. Before you reach for the food bowl, before you stand up to open the door, look at your cat. You might realize they're not just asking for something. They're speaking into the space you both built together. And I'm curious, does your cat have a specific meow that only you seem to understand?